was so busy putting the biggest amen on that Shehechianu that I almost missed my cue. Shabbat shalom, everyone. In the familiar drama that is this week's Torah portion that we heard a little bit about from Cantor Zell, the Israelites flee Egypt and arrive at the shore of the Sea of Reeds with the Egyptian army in hot pursuit. A symbol of God's physical presence, a cloud, settles between the Israelites and the Egyptians, momentarily separating the two of them. In this protected time and space, Moses holds out his arm, and God drives back the waters to turn the sea into dry land. With the waters split, the Israelites journey safely into the sea, but the Egyptians pursue them. As God looks down upon their army from the cloud, God locks the wheels of their chariots so that they can't move forward. Moses quickly holds out his arm, and the sea returns to its normal state, as we know, drowning the Egyptians into its watery depths. But the Israelites have already marched through unharmed. Thus, God delivers Israel that day from the hand of the Egyptians. And when Israel sees the wonders of God's power, Moses and the Israelites sing.
Ashir al Adonai ki ga'o sus v'rochvo ramavayam ozi v'zimrat ya vayhi lishua.
Why in this moment of exasperation, having barely escaped Pharaoh's grasp, why do they sing? We might say that it is an emotional song of joy. They are relieved and beginning to understand their newfound freedom. But what if there is another reason for their song? Perhaps they are still trembling. They have had to rise up in the middle of the night at a time when they should be resting to make haste and leave their homes. While they have witnessed a miracle, they have also seen tremendous destruction. They cry out in joy for their newfound freedom, but also cry out in fear of the unknown that lies ahead. They have survived, but where do they go from here?
Ozi v'zimrat ya vayehi lishua.
The Israelites are in need of strength, and with this need, they look inwards to find their own song. But what is this song, and from where does it come?
Ozi v'zimrat ya vayhi lishua.
Where do they look to find strength? To God. But not only an external God of miracles and of wonders, to a very personal God, deep inside each and every one of them. 12th century scholar Ibn Ezra translates this text, as we have heard uniquely with several different melodies, this text to mean my strength and the song that is my strength are the eternal. Meaning, my song is what gives me strength. And that song, that salvation, comes from God. God not only works miracles to change land and sea, but God lives inside each one of us. Our unique inner song can be accessed when we are most in need. Of course, the idea of God or holiness inside each of us might differ from person to person. But I like to think that the divine within each of us, whether it is a voice, an inner song, a mantra, or an inner power, can give us more strength than we thought we had. With this verse from Song of the Sea as our inspiration, I want to ask the question, if your inner strength could sing, how would it sound? What would it say? When do you hear it, and when do you yearn for it the most? Are you able to draw upon that inner strength in a time of challenge? Do you listen to the song inside of your soul, or do you doubt it? Is there too much other noise to be even able to perceive it? Perhaps when tapped, this inner strength and song can bring you comfort or hope or the ability to overcome an obstacle.
Oh, si v'zimrat ya vayehili lishua.
When I think of someone who consistently taps into their inner strength, I think of my mom. She's a warrior. I cannot even remember or count the number of life-threatening diagnoses that she has faced, the most serious, but usually not the most prevalent, being the incurable cancer of multiple myeloma she has battled for 5 years. I called her this week and I asked, from where does your strength come? Is it a voice from within? And how does it sound? She started with a story, telling me about a friend that she saw that day, who commented on how many of their friends are ill and dying. And her friend asked, when is this suffering for us going to end? And my mom replied, it won't, because struggle and death are a part of life. We can't expect not to experience them. Here, her inner strength reminds her to see the realities of life not always as harsh obstacles, but as challenges to embrace. After coming to acceptance, she leans into her pain and seeks to learn more about it. For to listen to your body and your emotions and the voice within means to be curious about them. My mom channels this sense of awareness into gratitude as well. Sometimes when we listen to our inner voices, pain is the one that speaks the loudest. But there is another voice waiting to be heard if we hone our ear. It's the one that reminds us that simply to be present and alive is a blessing. Finally, my mom told me that her own inner strength is nurtured by others. It makes me think about song, actually. Our own voices are beautiful, but when they come together with others, especially in community, they rise even higher. I believe, perhaps because of my mom, that God helps us to draw strength from others by giving us this ability to connect. My mom said that her first example of drawing inner strength from others was her father, my grandfather of blessed memory. Not shying away from struggle, he shared his challenges and taught her that he believed there was nothing she couldn't overcome. It is true that surrounding ourselves with others who are confident in sharing their own inner strength can help us reach in and access ours as well. And so I asked my mom, if your inner strength could sing, what would it say? And these were the words that she found. Hear me roar. Get up every morning and show the world your face. And I pray that these things will never end. And so, as the Israelites did at the shores of the sea, at the dawn of a new day yet to be known, I ask you to listen to the song inside of you that gives you strength. how can you draw upon that strength? And if your strength could sing, what would it say?
Ozi vezimrat ya, vayhi li lishua.